His owner is on hand, and the boss doesn't like to have his truck losing.
And his transmission fluid is getting an exhaust header. I don't know what the problem is. He's out of South Carolina, runs a construction excavating company over there.
In the number 3 spot. Knows that the First Blood Ford driver will this season. Now these guys are sitting 3.
And he starts hitting the car's tremendous airborne launch.
Killeen, Texas, with Steve Kane at the helm, have just made a dramatic turnaround in this Ford.
This truck seems to be working really well tonight. I don't know, we'll have to see what happens.
So now, Taurus.
The grave digger, Dennis Anderson, is another.
See, the visor comes down. Both finisher in the Camel World Championship last year. Ready. Leading out the window to
change. The rules are entirely different when you're running at this very, very high altitude.
Come out, bam! Right over the first.
You can't see out of the front of Ernie's. You cannot.
Syracuse, New York becomes a bucking Bronco.
He comes up over. Whoa! Does a handstand and didn't have enough time, and Rambo gets the win in Louisville.
Prize for you.
For a single elimination face-off. Far lane minus the front dog.
beautiful lead by the late.
He's wide open. Hold on, this is it. All the way up. Lined up to go the other direction. You turn around and hit one of them backwards. He's hitting it. He is just rocking. Go, but watch him when he hits him. Now he nails the throttle, sticks the truck right up in the air, clears all four tires, and then lands.
Whoa, look out! Florida State, no! Look at this! Oh, wow!
And right there, it's nightmare.
Showtime. In this lane, not one vehicle has touched the last car. Every race, over 100 of them have literally flown past this spot. A racer decided he's going to step up and run with these guys, but in order to do it, you
Excalibur's dreams of a champion.
Surprise!
Major.
Surprise! Surprise!
Anything away from this young lady. Good tight run. And
You know, the crew's been working real hard between the two trucks. We got to give them all the credit in the world.
6.
Dan Runty definitely
Pass. Almost gets, well, he does high set it a bit.
I don't know what else we can do to make it any faster.
the truck back down.
In some cases, yeah, in that case, exactly. He got a little bit up on his left side, as you saw.
Notice how soft the truck lands. That's the trick. See, it absorbs the energy.
Forward for Bob and Marilyn Chandler. This was the first race Andy appeared in with this truck on the Jamboree circuit.
Good job so far. Oh, this is kind of hard to believe here. Pablo letting him beat it.
A lot of guys aren't used to using the rear steering, and I never block mine off. I use it all the time.
Vapor as they get started, but Clydesdale gets the whole shot.
Right side of the track comes onto the circuit and puts Freeman.
Wayne is out in front in that 91 Chevy Nightlife.
Spanier, the master of disaster. Spanier leaves the line, puts it in the air, bounces radically, and he having a good run will move into the semifinal if he can.
Now we got trouble.
Testing the men and machines. Come over the cars. Rambo with a great landing, but look at Master of Disaster.
Disaster going to get out of New York. Oh, we're in trouble now, Scott. Keep an eye on him.
Could you be the first world champion lady in a monster truck division?
Yeah. How's that?
I don't think it gets any more positive than that right now. All you girls out there?
With the Ford.
Oh, look at that roll.
Feel the power.
Wrong rudder. You can see Rob Moore. Ford, a rear-engine machine that may well be one of the...
Daphne, here is this on video replay. There is overkill, and that is the...
It's going to be all overkill this time. Look at the
quickest qualifier for the second event in a row that gives him bonus points.
Thunder obviously learned something from the matchup with Bear.
And now he has to hold on to the lead. He doesn't even have to correct. He nails the throttle and clears the...
Again, is out to beat everybody.
The front end up in the air. Talk about a white knuckle ride.
He is gassing. Now he slows way down and gives the Black Stallion a chance to go in front. The Black Stallion...
Second two sets of cars with tremendous horsepower. Look at this.
good with the Ford. Oh, look at that.
Could have cost him that win. You can see it when he lands right here. Sparks going on.
Cars, the winner takes the overall championship. Baitner almost goes. There it comes. Stop first. Oh, be careful, but Ram.
Transmission is hurt on this vehicle. Comes on strong at mid-range and takes a win.
Now, Monster Cam will take us for a ride with the winner.
Virtue of being nose up actually killed the forward motion. Now see the Ford, it'll dive nose down right towards the finish line.
And Eric Meager wins by that much.
Keep an eye on the right front wheel. Again, this footage coming from earlier qualifying. The right front spindle breaks right there on impact.
And you go over the cars and into the winner's circle.
This particular one was waiting on the line patiently. You remember, both these drivers got held on the starting...
Water, yeah.
Open.
Both staged. Watch the Christmas tree. There they go. Not change gears. They have to go with what they have.
Watch the finish line. That's what it's all about. Hey, bye.
Colt Cobra.
It lives. It lives.
With Army Armstrong.
Well, Cobra, the crowd is really into this thing today.
Snakebite. The chauffeur of this racing reptile is also Mask and Mystery. The Colt Cobra out of Copper Creek, Colorado.
Nobody knows anything at all about this truck, this driver, or anything. He came from out of nowhere, and he just laid the cards on the table and said, I'm not afraid of anybody. Now, speaking of spending money, nobody knows anything at all about this next vehicle coming out.
Okay, driver Colt Cobra. He's no stranger to the roller coaster rides monster trucks take all over the country. Suspension, very important. You're either going to nose in or belly up.
Colt Cobra with the advantage, but here comes Porter, who won it.
I could think of nothing better than to take out another Bigfoot.
The snake powered to the win.
Here to play with these guys.
Two drivers we don't know.
Matter of time until the snake struck. A strong truck and as sneaky as a snake driver delivered the winning combination for Snakebite. Colt Cobra powered his way into the finals with the fastest time of the night.
He takes the advantage right here as there is a problem with just showing up.
A custom fiberglass body.
When he wings it to the quick qualifying.
And I'm real tickled to death. You know, I've been kind of holding back on that and letting everybody know that that is my secret weapon now that the BDS motor is really putting me into the final.
Slam by a few feet, and there is the margin of victory for Colt Cobra.
One would go to Colt Cobra with a clocking of 5.5
Today, he wants to win the Pin to Point series. He said, I'll do anything it takes.
Talk about being pumped up. There's the sign of the snake, the #1 side.
In order to beat Bigfoot, you got to qualify hard. This is a qualifying shot earlier this afternoon. Check it out.
He's headed right for the TV compound. Watch the people scatter over there.
Okay, Colt Cobra, you've been saying it's easy pickings out here today. You're going to the next round, but it's not going to be any easier at all.
No, it's not, Army. I tell you what, I started out this thing, didn't have no friends. I don't want no friends now. I'm only out here for one thing, that's win. I tried my heart out last night to try to put in a top spot in this qualification. Everybody's been putting me down. I'm here to stay. I'm going to be back next round, and I'm going to advance one more round after that.
We'll just have to wait and see.
But you got to build horsepower. You got to have the horsepower transferred to the ground.
And he had a chance to race against him. He wants to put those fangs in Bigfoot here tonight. He did it.
Out to sink his venomous bite into every competitor. Nothing, not even inanimate objects, are safe around this scaly serpent.
Oh, here we go again.
Snake bite's in trouble through the Hydra barrier, and look at that. Is anybody in the building? We are happy again to report no one was in that storage area. Colt is all right.
I'll be back.
Isn't this what you said to me on Friday?
He switched over to a smaller engine, and it seems to be working for him. Notice what happened. Completely cleared. I have never seen a monster truck go over. Digger says everything is 100%.
And top end, here he comes. Yes, sir.
They're really going after it now. Richard, look at this. They're both in trouble.
Digger, go.
That cloud's been floating over him. This might be the night he's going to turn it around. He really believes that he's going to be able to. Each week you seem to be getting a little bit closer. How close are you to that first win?
Well, the truck behind us, the truck you ran all last year, you detuned, you finally got it tweaked to where it's really working for you, but we understand there's a new Gravedigger in the works. Why are you building a new truck if you finally have this one ironed out?
How come you fellers are bouncing so much on the jump cars?
I would say because the tires are on the car.
Gulf Coast this weekend. There is a look at the popular Gravedigger, the 1950.
Goes with everything.
This motor is strong, but all the power in the world doesn't do any good if you can't use it. And it's not a very consistent motor as far as keeping the drivetrain together. So it might help me out by going to a smaller motor. I feel like I could drive the truck better and more consistent with it if I drop down 1,000 horsepower. Thanks to Creative Glass, they've created this fiberglass body for the Gravedigger now. We've got a real light tube frame. We're trying to work on a new suspension right now. Bigfoot's dominating, but I don't know, if I could do the same thing, I'd probably do it too, but I don't think the suspension that he's running is fair to be running with Lee spring trucks, and the reason I say that right now is because I can't afford his suspension that he's running. That was the thing last year. I ran hard when I ran. It ran super fast, but it just wasn't consistent. I want
next round in the Gravedigger monster truck.
Yeah, and he'll be taking the...
Digger turns his luck around, and it's looking awfully good. Looky here.
I just mashed that big motor, and it shot me over the cars, and kind of surprised me. I didn't think I was going to get that much air.
If we get up there, I want to nail him to the wall hard.
You got a handful of them. Good luck to you.
You ain't kidding.
Tonight, Dennis Anderson seems to be on a roll. Look at the air.
And Carolina Crusher backs out of it. The Digger, whoa, Dennis Anderson almost turns.
See it again. The Gravedigger comes up and over the cars and across the finish line, and then the rear end comes around. He almost turns the Gravedigger over, but Dennis Anderson drives it through and he saves the Digger.
Out of Kill Devil Hill, North Carolina.
Finish, and I got a little tangled up on my end of the track, and I just went up and kissed that wall really hard. I can't hold my truck straight on this course to save my life, but I'm going to give him the battle of his life.
He's got an excellent run, Stan. Oh.
Dennis Anderson took this wild ride and smacked the utility pole. Now here's Army Armstrong, who's got Dennis Anderson of Gravedigger.
Kramer against Dennis Anderson.
As Gravedigger smokes a
American-made.
Well, for one, it's going to be me. Everybody else has got to get around me. It's going to who's going to get second is going to be the question. And right on down the line, you know. But I feel like you know, we've got a lot of tough trucks, new trucks out there, but everybody's getting faster, improving their trucks. And like I say, they've got to get around me first, and I'm going to give them a heck of a fight.
The people in Ohio are going to get to see the bit.
What's going to happen in the second half of the run? It is. Oh, hang on.
Gravedigger up in the air. One more time. Whoa, what a finish. Kodiak comes apart, but look, oh, Dennis Anderson runs out of track space. Perspective. Whoa, baby. Yeah, we... Gravedigger, look out! Whoa! Away. All right, I did it. Showtime! Monsters, because we're in the Colorado Rockies. The altitude is everything up here. They have to experiment with fuel mixture. Now, get plenty of air and a nice wind. Mars, he's in the center.
Digger walked away with it last week. This time, Ray was right with him. And if you watch on the replay...
On the right rear wheel and knocked it off the rim, so got to get the tire back on the rim for the next round.
Gonna be any problems doing that?
I don't think so.
Boy, there's a question of the week. Hey, look at the help he's getting out there. Johnny K, John Kwasniewski, and Bennett Clark.
Watch how they put
They put ether around it, right, Arm?
They exploded onto the rim. They do. We don't. We're standing way, way back with a long lens on this camera.
Now, the point is to kind of get it to mold or melt to the rim, right?
Yeah, but what it also does is actually explodes the tire onto the outer rim. You can see it starting to seal up.
All right, Gravedigger will be coming back. The tire's not going to cause him problems.
On top, in this case, Anderson and that great. Look at here. Look at him. No, it's just the way that I'm landing. I'm coming down on the nose, and then I hit on the rear and hit sideways. I'm knocking them off the rim, so I guess I'm going to have to put more air pressure in them for the weekend.
So is it your driving you're blaming it on?
I guess you could say that.
Guys want to beat him, but if they're not running, they love to watch the wild action of the Gravedigger. And now,
is there, waits for the green light. It's Digger time in Anaheim. Off the start. What a leap. Where's he going? Gravedigger is all over the track.
Dennis, when are you going to learn to drive that truck? I don't know. That was one wild ride.
And stands on it when the tail end slaps down. It pitches him up.
I got my whole family out here. I kind of worry my mom the way I drive. I promised to her tonight that I was going to drive.
There you go, Gravedigger coming right close to you. Look out, Dennis almost went over.
They know this might be the time. Look at the run.
Digger tries to play catch up. He can't do it. He falls back. Oh, a bad hop, and Digger. Whoa!
The ecology eliminator in the final. A wheel standing.
A lot of times he puts his foot in his mouth because he knows better. He knows the Gravedigger can put him down. But really, we're enemies. When we pull to the line, it's war.
We go the next pairing, Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger up against the Buffalo Trimmer and Johnny K.
72 cubic inch Chevrolet engine in the back of the panel. Defending national champ, Rod Litzow.
Inching forward, the rear engine Chevy, the qualifier.
Lima, where spring was in the air and plenty of action was on the ground.
And now it's showtime. A puff of smoke from both trucks. Taurus with a slight hole shot. But here comes Digger. Oh, my.
Right now, we're kind of a unique situation. Dennis Anderson, it's the second round you won. You didn't break anything.
I know.
I think it would be an advantage. The driving technique is going to be different. Notice Gravedigger. There you go. Truck's on the tour right now. Everywhere he goes, People want to watch him fly, and they're not disappointed tonight in Weedport. Look at this. Anderson pulls the trigger and literally... You took the win, Dennis Anderson, but it cost you a whole lot.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I have a spare drive shaft, but I busted the yoke on the pinion shaft, so we can't fix it in time to come back. Okay, so that's going to bring you back into this thing.
Bear story. What we got here is opening the door and two bears are in the room. They're just going to fight it out amongst themselves. It is going to be close. I guarantee you. Look at this. They're coming along. Richard, final jump side by side. Yeah, almost.
There you see the finish line tape, and it is Dennis Anderson.
Really gives the fans their money's worth.
This is 1990 Renegade Monster Truck Racing, isn't it?
That's right. If you can't beat them, you got to kill them, I guess.
That's kind of putting it bluntly.
Chevrolet that has become a nationwide phenomenon.
Here he comes.
Oh, my goodness!
Back off one bit. Over the cars, he actually opens up the lead here. As the truck sets
that, young Chuck Hawkins and Excalibur gets the win.
Lines it up. Here he goes. Uh-oh!
Whoa! In fact, it shows up immediately when the flag drops sideways on it.
Another incredible flight in this Chevrolet truck. You see him make the perfect hit. Unbelievable air. You can actually see the drivetrain parts flexing as this thing goes airborne. Now he lands. Tremendous compression. Look at the cockpit just sailing with.
Watch him fly. Wow! Right out side by side as we come down to the finish. And the win goes to X.
Thanks, Army. John Kwasniewski and the Buffalo Trimmer try to make it 2 wins in a row on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge. But standing in his way...
You got an even chance. Let's see what's going to happen. Look at it.
Number 2.
Of course, Marvin Smith's truck was the old stopper truck.
What's interesting to me is so many drivers are having problems with the track, and John Moore, he loves it. That's the name, Jammin' John Moore.
We have the short wheelbase Ford Bronco with John Moore, the pickup truck type configuration for Steve Hess, and look at this, Moore pick.
Ford Jim Richard. Everybody was stopping him. Let's see what's going to happen here. John Moore's going to take him to the list. Look at Moore. Half track. Moore's got him. Wilkie. Love them straight, Richard.
Good race.
Yeah, real good race. Now this is a good Robert Moore's in trouble. Whoa, he's coming into the wall, bud. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. He sucked him into the guardrail. Flip club. You talked earlier about tagging the brakes. This is what happens when you tap it. Wow. More. Keep an eye on Moore.
5-ton axles with planetaries.
The short wheelbase is going to give me that 50% of the course because I can out-turn almost anybody.
Yeah, when they went outside, John Moore, look at the attack.
No problem, John.
On the right side, awesome Kong, the narrow body truck. Dane sits in there, he's all smiling. At the test lab, let's see what's going to happen on the run. Hey.
Short took that's an early lead, but here comes the flying Texan. Steve Dane.
Steve Dane has been smiling too much for me. I'm going to go with that kid from Texas. A lot of technology in this truck that he's driving. Do you have a preference as to who you're going to be going against, Bigfoot or Lithgow with the USA one?
No, Army, I'd like to beat them both. So I was kind of milking it over the first few races there, just enough to win whoever I was racing.
Like Steve Dane, and he's considered an old gunfighter. Here they go, and look out! Oh. We have got a dead heat!
And I think with a little bit more horsepower, it can come off the line a lot faster.
Here, right there. That looks like Awesome Kong. If I didn't get in free tonight, I would buy a ticket.
There they go! It's Steve Dane out of Texas, an awesome Kong.
School's out in the test lab. They must be. Look, they don't caution to the wind. They're going after each other. Awesome Kong and the Gravedigger.
Our trucks are solely paid for themselves. If we don't make any money that weekend, we don't have any money to put in.
Right on the start line. Morrison's got to leave, and he does. Richard, look at the jump.
Got him a shot, and here comes Dane. Dane.
Now Steve's running a truck where he sits mid-seat in it where he can see out of both sides pretty easy, and I don't think it's as critical for him as it is some of the other drivers.
How do you feel about lane choice?
He's exactly right. He's a little sharper than I thought he was.
And he's going after him. Kramer knows it. He's an old pro, but Kramer's got to hold off the kid out in Texas. Richard, I don't know. Look how close it is. Truck, we just received word to Steve Dane.
Running with Jim. I raced him so many times. I never had a chance to beat him. To me, he seemed unbeatable. You know, all the magazine stuff I read about him was true in Bigfoot. Finally, I did it one time.
This is a Texas-style shootout. They're going to lay all cards on the table. Four's out. Now, they've got to come out. Look at that.
What a run.
Up a little bit ahead now. Powering once again. Awesome Kong really flies.
Chevrolet come out.
What a hook shot.
Great.
Over 1,000 horsepower. And
keep an eye. Whoa, whoa.
Horsepower, but a little bit behind Awesome Kong. By having a poor qualifying, I got the crummy lane, and I thought it wasn't that bad, but it's considerably worse after taking a few laps on it.
Nails the...
Maybe an upset.
Oh!
We rolled the truck, and I had popped a couple tires this year, and we just didn't have the cash to buy new tires. What we had to do is, every so often you'll see one of these large tires laying in the field. We rounded up 4 of them for $200. I don't know if we'll ever see a deal like that again, but we had to take it when we could, and I'm running with inner tubes in them all to make them hold air, and I think I'm the only truck in the circuit with inner tubes in.
he only made acceleration tests prior to this weekend. Today, the first
Kong race team found something they had been looking for.
Yeah, in all actuality, they found out they've only been...
But the fellow competitors and officials came along and said, Jeff, they're called monster trucks. You've got to have a full-length pickup truck body on it. So he created one out of fiberglass for easy maintenance. Now, they said length. They failed to mention to Jeff anything about width. Look at this, a skinny 44 inches, just wide enough for himself and his roll cage.
And it looks like he's going to do it now. USA 1 is out of it as Steve Dane and Awesome Kong.
Mad Dog into the right lane. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, man from Texas is going to win this thing.
So he says it's going to be Steve Dane. I'm going to say a Chevrolet will win. But then again, there's only 2 Chevrolets in the finals.
All Chevrolet final. Texas against Missouri. This one's for bragging rights. Texas takes the win. Let's see what's... Oh, what a run!
I go to every show. I said this before. I think it's to you, too. You don't come to a race thinking you're going to win. You might as well not even show up, because I go to every race thinking I'm going to take home everything.
And Awesome Kong does not even finish the race.
Going, he came over the first hill, but the
Possible for Andy to do things like he just...
been a problem now. Whoa. They're going to the championship with the awesome Georgia-based Clydesdale.
And there you
trying to flex a little bit of muscle in the far lane. Quick qualifying time. Oh, looky here. Bennett bound over in trouble again.
With a huge leap at the finish line.
He has got Bennett, Clark, and Clark.
Who's your passenger that's been riding with you?
This is my super chicken. He's been giving me good luck, so I've been riding with him.
Still's a pretty new truck here. It's not the same truck he ran last.
They're real close to them cars, and you can see Bennett Clark got a little bit crooked off them cars, and his rear tire hit the guardrail there, causing...
So Bennett Clark takes the lead here, and take a look at that jump.
The superstars of the TNT Monster Truck Challenge, seen every week on the popular television show called Tough Tracks. And now,
whichever guy makes a mistake is going to lose.
5 events in Chicago. These 2 trucks have won them all. The Equalizer, he won the last event.
Maybe went to the next place. You got to be...
It'll be the Equalizer. Turns it over!
Chris Chapman asked Mike Wine how his qualifying run felt in Equalizer.
His first ride in the Equalizer, what did it feel like?
It was totally different. We have a leaf spring suspension underneath our truck. He has a coil spring suspension. But ours, you sit in it and the truck sits straight. It doesn't move until you land or bound. This one here, you just turn the wheel, or even going over cars, it just floats back and forth. It's a weird feeling to get used to.
So you're going to come out a little bit harder next round?
Yeah, next round. I'm used to it now. It's time to run it.
Wine now in the equalizer against Steve Bookie, USA 1. And look out at the...
I've come just to watch the races. The only reason I even came. And he wants to know if I'd be able to run it for him. We're only running two-wheel drive, and I've never been in a truck in my life. It really feels weird, you know, at first.
The tried and true setup on springs for monster trucks are what we call leaf springs, very similar to all the automobiles had years ago. The springs are attached two places to the frame and allow the axle assembly to only move in two directions, straight up and straight down. This is a coil-over spring, very similar to the spring you and I have on our everyday automobile now. What the coil-over spring allows the vehicle to do is each wheel and tire combination work more independently of the other, because there's only one pivot point on a coil-over spring. This allows the monster trucks to settle, if you will, on the track quicker, thus the driver can put the horsepower to use. This is the Equalizer, your current national points leader, the only truck that's running this kind of suspension. I predict next year you're going to be seeing a lot of coil-over trucks. Not only for the final run, he's coming back.
Around, loses power, and the Equalizer goes.
Try to beat this guy. Now, look at this. Nope. Our last event of competition.
Pumped. He believes he's going to the next round. I guarantee this kid out of Tennessee is going to give him all he wants.
Powered by Chevrolet, they get a good lead. Whoa!
Behind the driver, low, independent suspension. Oh, there! Finish line. Look how smooth. I actually had the truck in neutral and he gave a green light. So I had to grab a gear and go. Got both sides roll over the first gear. Oh, look at the hair. And how they handle. And this kid out of Tennessee this year has a strong possibility. Look how smooth he is. And look at the micro machine go out but in the middle. The Equalizer. This kid has already built up about a 50-meter lead, Richard.
What an Equalizer. This is qualifying. Now watch what happens.
Noses all night long. Will he do it? Looks good. Yeah. All right. The kid.
Here we go as they roll up to the line, and look at the determination on the face of Dave.
Rookie will be driving in the red truck, the veteran, the high-tech truck, runs the onboard computer. Stevens comes out with the Texas truck. He's making it tough on Morris. Morris got to come back.
Whoa!
I believe Morris nipped you. Oh, we got some shutdown problems.
Hitting that guardrail. That is the TNT officials looking at the finish line tape, and there it is. David Morris.
Everything's a little spooky.
Look out at the end.
Let's see what the kid's going to do. Boy, close, got over a length. Okay, now really, he did not leave on the starting line with him. He powered it back, and the truck was settled.
Don't wish any bad luck on him, but maybe something will break on his truck.
This kid out of Tennessee nails it right at the finish line. Bang, pop, zip, right on his head.
National champion closest to you, USA 1. And the new kid on the block, the point leader, Equalizer.
Oh, he's going over, Scott.
He lost the wheel and has flipped it to Equalizer, and David Morris is on his side. The camera's getting us a good shot.
We're going to get him out. He looks all right, Scott.
Army, look at this replay, and we'll see if we can figure. Look at the back end go up. What happened? The truck landed good, but it took a bad bounce. The left front suspension collapsed, and he high-sided it in the worst way, crushing the right side of the...
In the Monsters Fast Final. Once again, he did not lead first, but he just powered it right on through. Gary Cook is the big question mark.
And does the Equalizer...
Oh, look at this. Transmission fire. Right now, the driver's not... Whoa! He's trying to get some help.
Season. Now these guys are sitting three.
It's not going to clean itself out. You notice the black smoke coming out. Lithgow may not be aware of it. He sets on the line. He's in trouble, Richard.
And here he comes, the winner makes it the championship round.
He's got to get it on the end. He does it.
Starting line now. Litzau just taking it real easy here. He knows he's got the...
Litzau puts a gate job on the Texan, but Stevens nose heavy.
How intense psychologically you have to be to not only handle one of these trucks, but be competitive against the people that are running on it there who are becoming very, very fast.
The head matchup. Not to mention the fact that the winner goes into the championship. Litzau's got the good shot. Litzau comes out, keep an eye on the grave digger. Oh, I don't know.
Going to be going after Litzau with the Awesome national championship. Tough shoes to fill, but look at this. Rod, this is it. Hometown boy, national champion. Do you feel any pressure? You're going for the championship on this one.
Yeah, I want to do it for all the fans out here. I hope I can pull it off for them.
So that ought to help him get the speed to run a fast run.
Oh, a little squirrely on that first jump.
Yeah, he bounced a little bit crooked coming off that first one. It might make it a little hard for him to line up for that second set. It looks like there he gets little problems there.
Sitting with me how hard I got to push the truck, because I haven't pushed my truck hard enough yet. You're confident on this win or not, aren't you? Oh, yeah, I know. I like this track. I know I can do it. That run right there, I backed off a little on the first one.
Right, spear in your heart. We're glad to have him on the words out on Litzow about how far he's flying.
When he took over in 1990, he filled Litzow's shoes.
Hold on to her, Steve. Get the brakes. He's into the hay bales. That's
USA 1 said, hello, Wall.
Oh, first it's going to have to get by me.
Super strong. You got to watch the final jump. Here he goes. All the way over.
It's too hard to practice in the pits, so you got to come out and try each run each time and see what happens.
good day for Rod Litzow in USA 1. This is a qualifying run. He also has
Litzow. One thing between the drivers, confidence. Both of these fellas are pumped. Who's it going to be?
Good race.
Texas going after Minnesota. Let's get out of Texas looking good.
Whoa! Chevrolet, here he comes out. True Value hat on, ready to go. And truck owner,
National champion closest to you, USA 1. And the new kid on the block, the point leader, Equalizer.
Oh, he's going over, Scott.
He lost the wheel and has flipped it to Equalizer. And
You have to have two personalities to drive one of these trucks and be competitive. When I take the helmet off or when I take the fire suit off, I'm a mechanic, I'm a real person. When I put the helmet on, your personality just goes away. The only thing that you think about is getting to the finish line first.
Final jump, who's it going to be? Litzow. And he's in trouble down here again, Richard.
Wilkie, a wild run. Side of your screen, and you can just see he buries the nose, and that's it, man.
For the national championship, it's one run. Chevrolet and Ford. Who's it going to be? Litzow nails the Chevrolet. Chevrolet takes the win. Look out!
Rod Litzow on his nose, now on his side, and he is down.
It was just like
The championship tonight in Buffalo.
Richard Lee gets the classic battle. USA 1 Chevrolet going against the Bigfoot Ford. Side by side. Litzow got to pull the trigger right now. He does it. Whoa, he's going over again.
Litzow has rolled. USA 1 has got the win, but he's rolled over. Rod Litzow is now unbuckled. Steve Wilkie, his crew chief, having it out.
USA 1 Chevrolet. Steve Wilkie goes over again. USA 1 in a best doors. Here he is again. Litzow wins it. Look out, he's gone over again. Rod Litzow has flipped it several times.
Can we put the truck back together? And if we can, let's run.
Not to be denied. Look at this.
But winning is the first priority. That attitude is called cockiness by some. But to the USA 1 team, it's all a part of being a winner.
Run at it. Oh, watch out for this one. Uh-oh, that train spins one. Chandler's flying.
Fire, no problem, really. The safety crew is there.
All right, doesn't look like a major.
As the crew now talking inside the cockpit, the helmet is off. He is okay, but obviously he is stunned. He obviously is stunned, and he will go up to gain some points. Championship, it is still door handle, and who won it?
Not Andy Brass. Now
watch this landing.
Leave on the starting line. Bigfoot's going to catch. Whoa!
But look at the horsepower.
Whoa.
Mac, I don't think that's what he had in mind. I checked it out.
Told Eldon, just go drive your race. Get time in the seat. These trucks.
Gals are somewhat concerned about the obstacles in the shutdown area, so it's a trade-off. They'll take their chances in the right lane with that hill that drops off to the right.
He jumped out, but no! The Ford caught him.
The first pair. It will be.
This run was pivotal because what it did.
Andy Brass gets the whole shot and sloppy track would push his way past Carolina.
The other big question is, when are we going to see the brand new 1989 Bigfoot truck? What about that?
Well, that's a good question.
Go!
Home on it now. They're going all out. Bigfoot beating.
Patrick, get down that left lane, but not quick enough.
Well, it's all Bigfoot, but a rough land.
They kind of cocked themselves, see? Well, Andy Brass is trying to steer straight with the front wheels, but the back of the truck has got a mind all its own. They put it back together.
Next to me, he says, well, let's get some cars out, and I know a place we can put them, and let's try it.
I can't tell who won it. Bigfoot's in trouble. Into the wall.
Bouncing a whole lot. Hits the second set of cars.
Yeah, Brass has him all the way, takes the victory. He'll go.
Coming out of Bigfoot. Jim Kramer may have problems as he hits the second.
Top three, there's only one more thing to do today. Let's all take our very...
And our congratulations to Andy Brass. Oh, he gets the bucket of ice water this week.
Boy.
Camp out of the left lane. The line takes now the right lane, side by side. They take off. Richard, the closest race of the night. I can't...
So it works out pretty well for us.
The aftermath of the wreck involving Dan Runte and Bigfoot, one of cosmetic damage to that truck.
Yeah, the roll cage kept its integrity. The driver stayed.
Top 10. Well, I'm not sure that's the way I'd want to celebrate in Victory Lane. That may become a new tradition in monster truck racing. Our congratulations.
And a lot of the fast trucks are broke today, and they're still breaking them. And mine's holding together real good. I'm pleased. I think I'm going to take her home with me today.
Go! Look how quick the monster truck's going. Look at this. All right.
And this time he gets it done. Guy Jordan. Brace the gravedigger. It normally takes an all-out effort to beat him. But
They had some tapes. I interviewed their tapes and watched what they did and did wrong and see if I can do a little bit better this year.
One trying to come back. Well, what he done? Another wheel stand out of the left. I'm going to the finals and I'm going to win.
this is his first year of monster truck racing. Car Magic was second fast.
I'm not going to let USA 1 or anybody intimidate me. I don't care what I drive. I run it hard.
Player, bud. Another right lane winner.
Gravedigger beat his first and tore it up, so I think he was afraid to run me in the first round last night. Wait a minute here. Dennis Anderson with the Gravedigger. Go ahead.
Hold on a minute. No way. The Ford's not going to dominate tonight. It's going to be a Chevrolet, and it's going to be the Gravedigger.
Takes 10 Chevrolets to even touch one Ford. He'll have his chance. We'll be coming up next round. Instead of running his mouth, let him run his truck.
Rampage. That's what after tank.
The upset of the season.
Trucks and Tractor Power from Canfield, Ohio.
A lot faster over the finish line. Predator.
Final set of cars. Oh, and it looks like the Iron Butterfly has some problems.
And Pizzo has him.
Bloomsburg, I had lots of problems with suspension. So I went home after Bloomsburg and done a little bit of homework and figured out what I needed to do.
Watch here on the ISO.
What you'll notice is the front wheels. Watch the angles of both front wheels.
So P's
damage with this very tough landing. Watch right here. Oop, there goes the suspension.
He's laying down a good run, but watch the rear of the truck. The rear right spindle breaks.
A great start for Predator. Gravedigger cannot catch it.
Yeah, it's not going to be no piece of cake.
He turns them loose. It's a
So it's going to be the post-honeycomb cereal Taurus.
This is important. Laying all the cards on.
He wins it.
Jack going way wide, though. Trying to straighten it out. Look out, look out! I don't believe my eyes!
As the machine is definitely losing traction, but he gets right back in the throttle, and it just doesn't respond to the steering. He's got the wheels cranked here. Now watch, look at Morton running out of the way. There's the bulbs flying out.
Well, there's no excuses. It's up to me driving it, and I think we have the truck for the capability.
Sport of monster truck racing, this is the complete package.
Both big Chevrolet monster drilled. The Crusher, but the Crusher pulling back on the other end of Fusion trouble. Oh, he high sides it.
And so is the driver.
Side by side, but over the second one. Oh, it's out of bounds for Barefoot.
Big fight, but here comes Taurus, and Taurus takes the victory in the air.
Showtime! A puff of smoke for Taurus with a hole shot. Equalizer battles a tough break for him as he lands badly. Taurus gets the win.
To figure out what's happening, that's exactly the problem with Equalizer.
Roaring into the city of New Orleans. The United Cars. Taurus and Carolina Crusher head to head. He was having lots of problems in that far lane, and
I just play it by ear. Every run I play by ear, you know, and never underestimate my competitor.
Krunch is, in fact, having trouble over there. Look at this.
Seconds that'd give him the #1 spot. Oh, and look at Jack Woolman.
Right here. This could be the best monster truck race ever. Side by side, a half-track Gary Lee.
It's still side by side, almost a photo finish.
I can't call
Who won it? I can't tell. Who won that thing? Watch this. Let's watch from this angle as Jack Willman Sr. takes a look, and I can't tell from that angle.
Oh, that's the
He
third
seems to think that perhaps his son...
Winner goes to the Chevrolet. This could be one of the quickest monster truck races ever.
Side by side over the first set of cars. Taurus may have him, but Taurus is in trouble.
Gary, the top end charge impact.
Brings home another championship for Taurus. And man, is he happy about it. Look at him.
Both times.
You know, the best thing would be if we'd have, you know, 2 Dodges in the final. At least we know we're going to have 1 in the final.
All right, there's a look at Barefoot.
I guess it's no secret that it's probably the most intense rivalry in the sport. I mean, there's really no love lost.
The hole shot. Barefoot powers up.
Chevrolet for a long time. He's switched over to Dodge, and it's paying dividends.
We're out there and we're just doing the best we can.
Taurus is in the lead.
There's a good look at the Barefoot Dodge. Fred Schaefer gets all the sponsors mentioned.
I was going to say,
here he comes.
Whoa! Watch Fred, easy with it there. Hi, Jeff.
Who's it going to be, Gary?
It is Barefoot. Barefoot by...
To tell us who's going to win it.
Wheel stand down, no man.
You got to have a foot to get in this one.
Oh, that is terrible. Oh, the lane. Very close to the second set of cars, and it's Barefoot.
Quicker.
Looks like it's Schaefer. Fred Schaefer in the near lane. Now watch Fred get crooked coming.
Doing right now. Oh, look at the... Oh!
Quick and unceremonious round 1 exit. Of course, Fred Schaefer.
Leads,
showtime. Bendler suffers the bounce back.
He is in a little bit of the lead. Bader's in.
Man. Equalizer actually faster. On the start, Equalizer with a hole shot. Can Barefoot catch up? Yes, it's showtime for Digger and Barefoot in our final. A great start. Both trucks looking strong. Digger with the lead. Barefoot comes from behind. A very...
Looks like to the final. Whoa, look at that. You see it?
An incredible.
Are home based within 30 miles of one another.
How's Barefoot running? I know you had some problems. You worked almost all day on it, and you got it going.
Well, I think by beating Taurus is telling me it's running pretty good because him and Equalizer's been the guys to beat.
Showtime! Barefoot and Taurus and Barefoot!
Yes, the kill box activated when snake bite. For the light to go green.
Wait for the green light, they rev up. A hole shot for Barefoot. He pops a wheelie in no man's land.
Watch this. He powers up, and the front tires never touch the dirt till the finish line. That's not racing, that's flying for Barefoot.
I think he's done it.
He has.
498. Truck you see, it's been beat, it's been run hard, it's been battered, it's been up.
Doing, I was trying to go for it all. It hooked up really hard on the line. When I landed over the first set of cars, it felt sort of like a...
That's right. I knew I was the underdog going into that race. Gary out of Wadesboro, North Carolina.
Porter's been with us on the tour all year long. He's up in the National.
Both trucks performed flawlessly. Gary Porter in the Carolina Crusher.
I had to keep on pushing my truck to the limit and taking the wins like I've done tonight.
Gary Porter in that big Chevrolet, side by side to the second ramp, and who's going to win it? Gary.
As soon as we find out what's happening.
Well, with the points race,
First to third. Why Sorg, Nightlife, next round, he's running awfully good. Track Crusher trying to hold him off. Well, both of them take a bad bounce. Gary Porter.
Porter, airborne, rough landing, and blows the...
About self-discipline. As that light turns green, you nail the hammer, but don't nail it too hard.
There they go, both of them. Oh, that was good in this sport right now.
A look at Carolina Crusher. Gary Porter, a lead.
On the transmission to get the initial jump, but Schaefer just muscles by with that horsepower in the far lane. Well,
And we're ready to go with the boy from the farm, Gary Porter and the Carolina Crusher. He is staged before a capacity crowd here in Pueblo, Colorado. But look who he's up against. There we go. Side by side. Who won it?
And they should rerun it. But they say, no, no way. They say the Gravedigger won it, and there's nothing they're going to do about it.
Well, I guess I have to live with it.
Let's see what's going to happen. On the start, Carolina Crusher seems to get it.
Got a little bit of the lead right there, but
Porter, he powers out.
There's North Carolina boys.
Gary Porter, he will be in the championship. And the Crusher now begins to pull away.
Remember, this is an open field. As long as the truck meets safety requirements, each...
Thank you.
Is that where the door comes from?
Yeah, that's the driver's door. What's left of the driver's door right there, it was ripped completely off the truck.
They watered the track. Hey, let's take a look.
Got a little intimidated by Rob Litzau.
Mark and his brother worked so hard to make this truck run, and they're going to keep...
Proud member of the Chevy fleet had no problem making horsepower.
Green light is out, and here they go.
Well, the Carolina...
And the suspension to combine the speed and agility to win race. Finish line is covered with all Buicks and Chryslers. No one's expecting a free ride.
Watch him just fall out. See? He's out a little bit. Porter's got
Once again, it's the horsepower. Colt Comer with the advantage, but here comes Porter, who won.
Hang on to this point battle. He's out. Now there's right side by side. What's going to happen? They get ready. Look at the back and see truck. He's in trouble. Stevens is in the suspension part. Now we got another one into the wall.
Into the wall, but look on the right. You know he's hanging down from King Krunch. He's already in trouble. And Gary Porter, a magnificent job of driving. He almost flipped it on the driver.
Johnny K in the far lane making horsepower. He's going to do. Easy win for the Carolina. Whoa!
I'm going to have to drive the truck, as hard as I can to take the win, but I think I can.
Gary Porter proving once again a privateer still can be competitive. It just takes a lot of heart and a lot of soul out there. Congratulations on this win today.
Yeah, thank you, Art.
Look at the crusher coming out.
Also comes danger.
Last year I was involved in a couple of, pretty bad.
Green light. Whoa! Look at this! Look at this!
I'm going to have to push the truck to the limit wherever I'm outdoors, indoors, or anywhere. I'm going to have to push the truck to the limit.
Even off the first set of cars, almost.
Showtime, the finals on the start. They are tread to tread, and now Carolina Crusher comes.
Over to this sport as far as the technology. They're clearing their track out. First jump looks good. No man's land. On the other side, the Carolina Crusher supercharged engine. And that big super.
Side by side, they go to the second set of cars.
And the win goes to Gary Porter.
The first step, but he's having problems with his engine. Carolina just takes a...
Gary, at one time you were the national points leader. Right now you're setting number 2. Only 5 weeks to go. Why in the world would you make such a major change as a complete engine setup?
Well, Equalizer, he had got 33 points ahead of me in the points races, and with just so few races to go, I knew I had to make a major change if I wanted to win the...
We're talking about. When the front end goes up, it slams the back end down, and that puts all kind of pressure on these.
We run a lot of different tracks here at Monster.
The camera, Mad Dog, 14-year monster truck driver, the Buffalo Trimmer, first year.
Great bigger driver, Dennis Anderson.
Krunch. We'll race anybody we can get.
Scott Stevens, King Krunch.
I love the Krunch. Now, as you can imagine, you don't drive these things to and from the race.
Cubic inches really leg the motor, and I'm going to show you how to run. Auto value GMC comes out. Good run by Stevens. He doesn't back off. That was just a taste of...
In victory lane. Notice on the replay how close the walls are. Now, these walls will always play a story at Richmond.
Count King Krunch out. Look at that jump.
Boy, the experience shows real quick, doesn't it, Gary? Well, the lane choice went to Stevens. He was the faster.
Because now Stevens goes after real quick. Cruz. He's the tow truck driver, the monster truck driver, and everything. He'll run you hard. Whoa! Matter of fact, so hard. If you don't believe it, ask Scott Stevens. Oh, they get together on the other end. A quicker truck, if you will. Yeah,
right there, Stevens has the advantage, but goes almost out of bounds on one side.
For the first set, it just takes all that horsepower to try to catch,
Stevens on the far side! Yeah, excellent.
He'll meet the winner of this race, the Auto Value King Krunch, and no problem.
Stevens out of Texas working what looks to be the good lane close to the camera. He'll go to the next round. Well, Scott.
Carolina Crusher, the far lane, and Gary Porter takes the victory.
Well, here we go again.
Oh.
Oh, Scott's in trouble. He gets a little out of shape and he hits the wall.
Off the first bounce, Krunch is in trouble, and the Auto Value Special is going to have to go to the store for some parts, because I guarantee he'd go up a few on that end. Wow, Scott Stevens in a lot of trouble, and luckily he didn't go over the wall and make things a lot worse on that truck.
Monster trucks as he hits another barricade there. A pair of Chevys side by side, and it's going to be Scott. We got problems. Scott Stevens through another barricade.
we're ready. We're not worried about nothing.
Another rollover.
Chevrolet, Rob Grossman had his problems.
Once again, the suspension.
And the rematch is next.
Look at the battering the roll cage is taking.
And we're not talking like a 2,000-pound vehicle. We're talking 12, 14,000 pounds. And he's driving it hard. He's still going after him, Gary.
He has it. He has it.
All right.
Here's the live call.
Whoa, he's going over
upside
again.
down again. All the way over.
Let's talk about those walls. They're close. Are you guys overcompensating? Is that what keeps making you go to the middle? Because the left lane's going to the right.
We're going to race everyone who comes to the line, but, you know, these rules change every week, so that's what we have to live with.
To see what happens and how Bigfoot gets a free ride right here.
Yeah, this is your 3 points, no matter what. But Scott Stevens, Stevens is in trouble.
There's his bear's foot. A good tight race, and at the end, King Krunch loses Price. Scott Stevens cannot control.
Now he pulls back on Stevens. Stevens, bad
Right there, yeah, he catches that rut and rolls him on over. A lot of damage.
From round one competition. Look at that wheelie.
Chevy body and the Dodge combination didn't have a thing to do with that left front spindle breaking, yeah. Up on him, and when it did, it kicked on him real bad. It landed in the right rear wheel assembly.
Chevy in the near lane lands on the junk cars and completely snaps the entire housing on the right rear tire. This pony's wide on.
Nightmare going strong and holy cow!
Flying out in front, but Wisniewski gets sideways.
The U.S. Harmon Association event director was one of the first ones there. An incredibly tense moment for the crowd as they await word on the condition of...
They nail the throttle dead even as they hit the cars, and it looks like the wheel comes off of the plane for Keith Chevrolet. Unbelievable! Burgee manages to keep that thing right side up. It slams into the front of the fire truck.
He did not get out of the gate at all. Easy win for Ken Deppy.
Here we go. Watch out, watch out. Broke the front tire off of it right here in front of him.
This is Rich Cummings out of Coldwater, Michigan in the Mad Max.
Maryland of Michael Waters in the Black Stallion Ford. Carrying the front wheel.
Front end in between the gap of cars, creating this wheel stand and causing the Kemosabe to break the rear steering.
Broke it. He broke the right rear tire off of it.
With the Monster Mash. Rolling Thunder can't keep up. Monster Mash was...
Equalizer. This is qualifying. Now watch what happens.
Those big old arms was literally trying to muscle his way into this show. And this is a classic case of a bad qualifying run.
Well, he lost the front.
One more time. Head trying to drive it out. He's spinning around. We can't see him in the dust. Dodge going against the Chevrolet. Dodge is out just a little bit. Oh, Bergie's coming after it.
King Kong wins it all.
The half track around New York coming on in Texas. Oh, another point.
USA 1 said, hello, Wall.
Oh, we've got problems, Scott. In the wall. He's in the wall. Wild man in wild hair. And he's in trouble already.
Look out, Marvin Smith trying to get it shut down.
Richard, we've got some problems. Smith's going in the wall.
Van Loo trying to catch him. Unbelievable hit. The Bad Medicine Machine landing. It appears that Van Loo was actually knocked unconscious and fell.
Nightmare. Well, he just tried to turn it into nighttime here. A bad
There goes the light standard.
Suffered. Is he going to be able to come back in the chip?
That's probably what brought me bad luck.
All right, now what happened down there at the end? You really...
Down. And when they righted this monster truck...
Here. So Tom Meade's getting set to go back to Illinois, and what a problem this is going to be as he plays it over on its top, out messing around on the beach.
On this world record car jumping attempt.
I told you. Watch this tough landing as the left front spindle digs in and completely flips the truck. Although Rossi was unhurt, the truck's body was...
That's why you never turn your back on a monster truck. End over end. Not exactly the tech causing his back end to buck him completely over.
In this turn, around they go, and oh! The Invader!
Fred Schaefer's going to make the swing. The toys cut off. Uh-oh, upside down.
Bringing it around. He's in the air. And on his side.
And he will take this victory over the second set of cars.
Well, we got
trouble right there. He's going on over.
High-sided on the big end of the track, Gary.
That's like hooking near lane. And watch what happens to Kirk Dabney in the shutdown area. Substantial.
Happens when the right rear tire gets on it. Big trouble. That's called a high side.
Off the steering, when I got back on the ground, the truck was up on its side, which normally wouldn't be a bad situation, but of course without the assist of the hydraulic steering, you just can't muscle the truck around. And going that fast, it...
Trucks and Tractor Power right lane action with Brian Welsh, and he is all over the shutdown area and finally gets it on over. Incredibly.
Flip club. You talked earlier about tagging the brakes. This is what happens when you tap it. Wow.
Come on him. Up, both of them. Look out for Mike Witt. He has flipped it.
Stadium where the Patriots play football. Mopar against Gravedigger. Up.
Wayne out of Jupiter, Florida, wanted to show off for the home state folks, but this is not exactly what he had in mind of showing off.
Well, King Krunch is repairable, and we'll see it race another day.
About the guy being vindictive.
We're given a speeding ticket. 2 brand new police cruisers have been parked next to the track, seemingly out of harm's way, but not for long. Hit it, Steve.
Ken was able to climb out.
Moving around inside the vehicle. This is motorsports, ladies and gentlemen. It looked like the roll cage. He comes out.
Great run going for, oh my goodness, he's up and over Sky Hartley.
After winning 8 straight events, he has lost in the last 2 semifinal rounds. Oh my, the champion somewhat depressed right now as it's...
Side, landing with tremendous impact.
Once he's out of shape, he's at the mercy of gravity right now. The truck holds up. The driver walked away.
Mark Grant, the rookie, wins it. An incredible victory over the longtime champion Bigfoot and Andy Brass. Hey, he's one happy man. Look at him do his little victory boogie here.
In on the Chevy Silverado that's been over on its roof one too many times.
Gary Porter gets the win.